Hey guys, welcome back to Do Me Some Dollars podcast. It's your girl Paislee, and today I'm with Spiritsnowflake. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good, good. Guys, today's episode is sponsored by Moon Magic. Moon Magic is Houston's #1 metaphysical store out here in the greater Houston area. Also, come by and stop and get a reading from Hey Spirit Lady. So, let's get into this. Who is Spiritsnowflake?
Who is Spiritsnowflake? Well, I guess it's me. Me being Ray, but it's like bigger than me now. To be honest with you, like at first it was me and my art, but Spiritsnowflake now is just kind of like a collection of people, who really support being themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you call your fan base, or I don't like calling them fans, supporters?
Yeah. They really honestly like became my friends. A lot of people became my friends. But yeah, Spiritsnowflake is I guess like I had like a motto for it when I first started it, which was like unique art for your unique spirit. Because we all have like a spirit and soul, like we talked about before. But they're all different, And the only two things I can think of that's like that is like fingerprints and snowflakes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So and the spirit fingerprint is weird. So Spiritsnowflake, it was hidden.
Okay.
But it was really based off of the fact that everyone was, different, but their differences is what made everyone so cool. So yeah, it's bigger than me now though. But it definitely started off like me just using the tools and knowledge that I gained to put into art, I guess.
Okay, so when did you realize you wanted to start doing art? And this was while you were still in Florida. We'll catch everybody up to Houston.
Yeah, I was in Florida. Well, I'm from New York, and like my mom has drawings from when I was like 4. Of, like we're not really realistic at all looking turtles. I don't know why, but that's why I drew a lot. But it was always me drawing. You know what I mean? I've always just done art, and like as a kid, when everybody wanted like stuff for Christmas, I always wanted art supplies. Like everyone in my family knew that, so it was always something I did, but nothing I took too serious because it was just what I did. You know what I mean? I never saw it as anything more or less. But yeah, even in Florida, that's when I really started taking it serious. When I was like a few years ago, like 4 years ago, I think I started really putting my art out there. For some reason, I guess it was weird. It was random.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also do like tarot readings. What do you call yourself? What's your title?
A spiritualist.
Okay.
Just a spiritualist. I'm not really big on like titles or anything like that because I feel like a lot of times we use titles in certain connotations to not say what it is, but what it's not. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be limited by a certain like label or be called anything because I can do anything. Really.
Yeah.
And I'm not limited to anything. I can, delve into it and succeed at anything I really truly put my heart into. So, but in actuality, the only thing I can think of that defines that as a spiritualist. Like if you got a spirit, then I can work with you. If you're alive, I got you.
Okay. So let's go back into your childhood. What was your childhood like? You grew up in New York? Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
I'm from the Bronx.
See, I don't know much about it. I've always wanted to go to New York, but never really been out there. How was it going up there?
It was rough. I was like fighting and all this other like just Bronx stuff. Really New York, just normal like city stuff. And that was till I was what, about 10 or 11, I think.
And then y'all moved to Florida?
To Orlando, yeah.
Okay.
And then but for the first like 5 years, like every kid does, I went back really often, back to New York and stuff like that. And then eventually as I got older, it got expensive, so they weren't going to pay for my, so I ended up staying more often. And then, I was in Florida. But in Florida, I was still doing art, but it wasn't really, I was a kid, I was being crazy, doing some wild stuff.
You was a wild child.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like a lot of people who meet me. There's like a big difference in people who know me. Like there's people who meet me after a certain point who are like, "That's how I know you," and then there's people who are like, "I could never see you being who you are right now." Like,
I understand because I'm the same way.
you know it, right? Like
3 years ago, if you would have met me, it's a whole different person.
right, but we have to like we it's like you're not different necessarily. It's just like you approach life differently,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
like, you feel the same, but then people start to treat you differently because you start to see things differently.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, yeah. Childhood was just really a lot of hustling and just figuring it out. Really.
Okay. And then moving on, when did you first start getting into like reading tarot or reading other people's tarot?
That was on my 22nd birthday. That's when I got gifted my tarot deck from a stranger on my birthday. Back when I was at work. But previous to that, I was interested for like since I was like 20, because I took my time. I'm not one to pressure myself into anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not one to rush things. I like to know what I'm talking about. So when I started getting interested in tarot, it wasn't like an inclination to just want to do tarot. It was an inclination to want to learn about it. You know.
Okay.
So I started learning about that at 20, and then at 22, I had um, some guy gifted to me at like the last 10 minutes of my work shift. He came in and literally was just like really nice from South Carolina, said he was traveling and that he was gonna meet up with some lady that he's gonna marry. I'm like, that's what's up, man. You know, I'm just being cool. You know what I mean? Every got a story. So I'm listening to him, and then my friend's like, you know, oh, it's Ray's birthday. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's what's up. Like, he didn't really care, you know? I was like, all right, cool. And then my homegirl, she was like, yeah, Ray really wants a tarot deck. And I was like, why are you talking so much? Like, this man don't care. It's my birthday. And then he was like, you want a tarot deck? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I'll be right back. And he left and went to his hotel, came back with a tarot deck. He's like, I've had this deck for 22 years. I was like, I'm 22 years. Oh, yeah. And so he gave me the deck, and I was like, all right, well, that's how it's supposed to happen. And then I spent like a year with my cards after that, just learning them. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not one to rush. You know what I mean? I want to do it right. So I took, you know, time to know them and learn how to read, and then I read for a long. I didn't really charge for tarot. It wasn't really my thing. There was times that I did, but like, that wasn't. I don't know. It was different when it came to reading tarot, because most of the time when I read, it was like for a big reason, for a big purpose. I can't charge someone for something that they need to hear. So, you know, I have my things with that, but other times when I do tarot, you know, if it's like the energy is being called, you know what I mean, like kind of cycles. I think I spoke on before. Like,
yeah, because you said sometimes you just have to take your pause.
Yeah.
From it because it's just not the right time.
Yep, and then some people don't. And when it's not the right time for me, people don't even want it at the same time. As much as I'm not feeling it, people aren't. Like, people aren't hitting me up for readings. And the minute I feel like, yeah, I can do readings again, I'm just hit with messages about it.
Okay. So then you get to Houston because of a dream. Yeah. And we're gonna get to this coffee shop too.
Yeah.
Here in a second. But you get to Houston, and how was the journey?
Sketchy. Like, what you mean?
Like, your just whole journey, like coming here, being in a new city, meeting people. Did you know people out here?
That's what I'm saying. In retrospect, right? Outside of me having the faith and the knowledge that I know and knowing how I approach life, it sounds sketchy. Like, I didn't know anybody. I've never been here before. Like, nothing. Zero. And I woke up one day and I was just like, I'm just going to move. It's a dream. And then I didn't, and the whole time it was like this weird, like, I knew what I was doing, but also I had to kind of like separate myself from it, because if I thought about it too much, it would freak me out. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I'm really doing this.
But
like,
you're being called here, so it's a different kind of feeling. It's like, no, it's something I need to do, right? Yeah, and I had to run with that more than like think about myself in the way I think about it's sketchy, or like, you know, and every time I've heard a story about this, like, ends up on the news, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the way they go about things, but like, it wasn't me pushing it wasn't me doing any of it, it was the dream. Okay. So, yeah, in retrospect it was sketchy, but in reality it was very easy. So do you believe like it was your spirit guides, or like what's your beliefs when it comes to that? I believe what everybody believes. Whatever you call it is different, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure like someone can call you as their cousin, their friend, their mom, you know what I mean, their homie. So you have different names, but you're just you. So that's how I kind of feel like. So God, universe, spirit, my ancestors, whoever's looking out. Okay, I like that one. Whoever's looking out for me. If you're looking out, then I'm listening. Because sometimes that's how I'm talking about. If you got me, come on. Yes, if you got my back, I will listen to you. Lord, whoever's for me, I'll walk with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was
that, and it was easy because I found a paper the other day, and I moved here at the end of September, and when I moved to September, the end of August, I didn't find an apartment or anywhere to live yet, and I was like, I got 30 days to move to a new place. I know no one. Didn't have the U-Haul. Wasn't
That's a
packed.
lot mentally.
And I was still working my business because I had to make money because every day's passing by. Like, we could do it for 44. Yeah, we're doing a sale today. So, it was a lot of different transactions and transitions, but it felt like the easiest one of that everything I've ever been through. Because everything else I ever, when you go through stuff, you're like, what's happening? Like a lot of times.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I knew why it was happening. Like everything made sense, even though it was weird. Like I was like, all right, time's running up. I got 30 days, but I was like, but I feel like it's gonna work out. Like I don't know why it's gonna work out.
I get those feelings too, and people are like, "You're crazy. Why are you doing this?" Like, I got, not to put it on me, but I got fired from my job about 3 years ago, and I was just so happy. But everybody thought like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "Nah, it's about to work."
There's a reason. You felt that. You're like, thanks, I wouldn't do it myself. So now I know y'all did it, and I knew that this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I know what's about to happen next.
Yep.
So it's that, and like I said before, the more you like rely on that feeling and look for that, the more often it will happen, and you won't. It's almost will become your casual.
Yeah.
Usually.
So let's get into your pieces. So you get here, you get situated, and were you just making like paintings before your pieces, or were you kind of always making just a collection of them?
No, I just started making Orgonite.
Okay, what is
Orgonite? Like organism?
Oh, okay. So break that down to me.
Yeah, so Orgonite is you know what like chai or chi energy is?
No, you can break that down for me and the
Prana. I'm just use keywords. Prana?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of prana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Life force? No? Okay. So in all totality, those are all the same references.
Okay.
It's about like that unknowing what carries life energy. Like how like we all have like our blood pumping and our hearts going, but that's from energy. But it's like this. Where's the energy coming from? Right. That's what those words are. Those words represent that kind of life energy that just carries life. Like a plant has energy to grow, but nothing you'll see moving. Yeah, it gets water.
So your pieces have energy in them, or what? What is it?
So it has energy. The energy works better with people. So best way to put it is like I always say Blackberry where it's almost like a human battery.
Okay.
Because it carries energy, but it needs something to work with. Like a battery does. A battery does nothing until you put it into the piece and with the piece. So the crystals that are inside of it, it has main crystals like crystal quartz and shit.
Let me grab one so we can talk about them. Which one would you like to talk about
Let's do the
first?
blue one, because that one you can just see clearly what's in it.
Okay, so this one. Tell us about this.
Yeah, that one was Lapis, so that's really good for Sagittarius.
Okay.
And I like
that's
that.
Lapis Lazuli.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like that one, right?
Yeah.
Because it's good for you. It's good for communication. You guys are work hard, play hard.
So what's all in here?
So there's a lot of metals, inorganic and organic material. So the copper is for like representing our blood, for instance, right? The iron, and also it transmutates. So
You definitely feel it.
You do. It tingles. It gets heat. It's like alive. it's crazy.
No, I'm just saying.
The crystals themselves, when you put pressure on them, they create piezoelectricity. So quartz watches, sonograms, they all use crystal quartz to use a slight vibration that isn't harmful because it has its own electricity, which means it pulsates. All science stuff, but in reality, when you touch somebody, you can shock them. Like energies, we're always consistently having that. What these do basically is create an energy that's good for you. Simple like that. Just like a friend would be good for you. You meet a cool person, right? But you can't demand that person's all the time. That person has their own life. Things change. But with Orgonite, it's consistent. And so, because it works like that consistent battery, it's always bringing you back to elevation, bringing you back into that stability, bringing you back into that alignment with your energy, which allows everything else to work with that. So it kind of takes the lead for you, which is why I like Orgonite.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. Oh, dang, I lost my train of thought.
It's a lot.
Do I need to like bathe it in the moon, let it charge in the sun, or like how do I cleanse? Do I need to cleanse it? Does it? Okay.
Yeah, you need to cleanse it. But whether you put in the sun, the moon, or wash it is up to you. I feel like a lot of people build relationships with their pieces,
Mhm.
and they'll know. You know what I mean? Like it's always an option to do all three. But there'll be times where once every month you're like, I want to put it in the sun, and that's just what it is. And then after that, you don't want to put it out at all, and then you'll put in the moon after that.
Because they kind of like talk to you. So that's how I do with my crystals. When I feel like it's time, I feel like I'll go, or somehow, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how this happens, they'll end up closer to my mantle.
Mm.
It's like they kind of, I feel like a couple of them did that on me.
Do you know which ones did?
Amethyst, for sure. Like, oh my gosh, me and my amethyst, I mean.
Vibrating too high.
Yes.
They'll vibrate really high.
Which one was it?
That's Aquarius energy, by the way.
Okay. Maybe, if it wasn't red jasper, it was probably my black obsidian, but I can't really remember.
Red jasper is good, is good for money, and then black obsidian is protection.
Hmm.
Yeah, so.
But it's also dangerous with black obsidian too.
You too much protection can be bad for you. You're like isolating yourself, you know. You should pair up with pyrite. Pyrite is a really good stone.
What color is that one?
It's gold, fool's gold.
Okay, I don't have that one.
Yeah, pyrite's a really. I personally feel like you would thrive with that.
Okay.
It helps with a lot of like it's a fire stone. And it's known as fool's gold, so it has this brilliance to it. But its chemistry allows it to have a lot of grounding. Yeah, Pyrite.
I've seen it. I might have seen it here because I was coming to pick out some crystals the other day.
That's the one.
So tell us about this one. I would like this one.
Of course you do.
Oh, I didn't even see. Oh my gosh. Zubius to dollars needs this one right here.
Big bless.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about this.
That's all for the heart chakra. That works your heart, your heart, your heart, your heart, your heart. There's nothing but there's over 20 crystals that are all for your heart.
So we got some. What kind of crystals?
Unakite, unakite, shungite, obsidian, tourmaline, aventurine.
Okay, I was going to say that's the green, right?
Yep, peridot, flushite, emerald. There is, I don't know if I said citrine yet, smoky, rutilated quartz, jasper, calcite.
So you said it's a lot. It's over 20 in this one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm like 3 or 4 away from all of them. But nonetheless, yeah, they're all for your heart chakra. And kunzite especially, because kunzite opens up your heart like...
Now, what's that one?
Kunzite?
Oh. Yeah, how do you spell that?
K-U.
Not to spell that.
Kunzit.
Okay.
Yeah, kunzite's good. Kunzite, the one I got is from Pakistan. And it's... there's pink and green, and they both open up your heart in such a gentle way, but once they open it up, like you will feel the feels, and especially for yourself, like, so there's a lot of reflection that comes with it, but it's very powerful, so it's very powerful. I like it a lot. I've been feeling emotional all week, so I've been around a lot of those stones too.
Okay. Is something going on in the air this week? What's going on this week?
Cancer to Leo are both emotional signs. And yeah,
that's why everybody, because she was saying that some people, I got a lot of people, and it's just a lot of emotions around me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need a emotional break from people.
I was crying on live. I cried on live. It was amazing though, because I was speaking on a lot of stuff I was going through, not that I'm going through, but some people I've lost recently, and just being real about it. And I found myself getting emotional. I was like, it's that season though, man. Like, and you know the time this would happen. But the way the planets are aligned, the way communication is happening, it's emotional because it's honest. Like the thing is that these emotions aren't coming from like fallacies. They're not.
You know what? You're right, because the emotions I'm getting from people aren't like. There's no ill intention. It's like you can tell it's them. It's their truth.
And how can you can't fault that. You can know what to do with it, or you can just be there for it. You know, because it's honest. But I think that's the Cancer to Leo transition, because Cancer is a lot of the emotions, and the Leo puts the light on them. So now we're not only feeling the things we've been feeling before, but now we're like brought to validation of those things. So let's say like you were like,
no, you're making hella sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. So if you're getting into someone, it finally makes sense on why you did, and you feel that it's like that conclusion, relief. That still comes with sometimes like joy, sometimes it hurts.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
Yes, that has definitely been going on. So, what's some of your most meaningful pieces that you've made, or do you have sense of meaning with all of them? Well, I'm sure you do, but what's been, I guess, your favorite? Maybe it's a better word.
All of them.
All of them.
All
You
of
gotta
them.
pick a couple.
I can't. It's like my kids. Like I get jealous of people sometimes when they buy pieces. Sometimes it's bad. And I only say jealous because it's like not very word to say. But sometimes they buy pieces. I'm like, bruh, like you don't want nothing else. You don't want like I make so much other things, and then it's cool because it's like I'll check back in with them. I'm like, hey, send me pictures of that piece you got. You know, like I'm sure they probably don't want me to do that, but I do miss the pieces. And I think about them. I think about them a lot, and I'll think about them like I didn't sell them. Like sometimes like I'll sell a piece from 2 years ago, and then one day I'll think about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I lost that piece. And I'm like, where is that? I'm crazy looking for it, and I'm like, dude, that's long gone, man. But it's just that's how genuine I am. I'm making them, and that's how much love I put into them. So it's just nice, to know other people have them. But they're all my favorite. So if anyone has anything, like that's my favorite piece.
Okay. So what's your goals? So I guess that's where we talk about the coffee shop. So that's one of them. So you can tell us about that and what's kind of your vision, I guess, over the course of this next year. I don't like doing 5 years because that's too long and goals change and stuff. But I guess before 2022.
When do you think you'll be putting this out?
Soon. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I've been hella backed up with content, but seeing how like I kind of lost 2 members on the team, and just since I'm backed up with content, I'm taking a break just to kind of release all the content, get ready for my content party. Yeah, so we can definitely get into.
Talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I have to focus on other things.
Yeah.
So it'll be out. Give me no more than 2 weeks, and it'll be out.
That's perfect. I need to know just because the timing of it, when it'll come out versus when I will be announcing it, it does work out. So basically, I finally got my store.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
Yay!
my store. The reason I came to Houston, I just got it today.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm looking to open it in the next 60 days.
You had a lot of work to put into that, or?
Yeah, you know how it goes. You work hard, and then when you think you're done, you work harder, and then you get
And you still got
tired.
more work to go. Yes, for sure.
And it's a good stress. It's a good stress. Like I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Like every day I'm waking up. I always woke up grateful, but like I don't know now. I'm a little extra grateful. I was like capitalized grateful. Because so I just got the store today.
So what's your visions for the store?
So for the next now that I have the store, it's almost like a play by ear where I'm just gonna have my art there and make sure I can help people and speak to people and try to make people feel good, and really get into Houston. This is my opportunity to really get in the city because I couldn't really do too much because of COVID and things like that. But now that it's a set location, I'm able to have everything there. It's like you can come to me and I can do my thing. So I'm really excited. But yeah, so from now, since today's the day, at least ain't up till next year, 2022. So that's my whole year, really.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But I wouldn't mind opening another one if like things go really well.
Can't wait to watch the evolution of it.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be really good. I have high hopes. I came here for this. So now it feels like I just got here yesterday, technically. Because I've been chilling this whole time.
Are you gonna have some coffee set up for the guests that walk in?
So there's a coffee shop in this place already.
Okay.
So the thing is that since there's a coffee shop there, I'm gonna wait it out from this store specifically. So because I plan on having more than one store.
You good, Ellie?
I plan on having more than one store. So in reality, I got my foot in. I'm getting the ball rolling. The next one could potentially be the coffee shop. The next one could that could be a different kind of spirit snowflake, and that goes back to me not wanting to like box myself.
Yes. That's why I'm surprised you're not a Sagittarius.
People, that's the one.
You
sign.
give me like Sagittarius. Okay, are you close to Sagittarius?
11/11. Yeah.
Dang. Oh, I want to be born on 11/11. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's the one sign that everyone swears. Like if I ever ask anyone, like guess my sign, it's always a Sag. But I have a Sagittarius Mars, which you have too. That's how we assert ourselves. So when we want something,
we gonna get it. Period.
Like there's it's like almost like I can't think another way. Like I don't see me not getting it. Why would I want it?
Okay.
You know.
So, is there anything else you'd like to tell doobies to dollars out there, or?
Just a big bless, and it's all love. Check out Spiritsnowflake coming soon, and check out the website if you're not in Houston, Texas. Hopefully, this is just.
Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you? You gotta continue with your YouTube. You gotta post some more videos.
You see it? You sent it?
Oh, I do my research.
Okay.
I'm clicking the link in the bio. Okay, what you got?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. I don't know what I'm doing.
Get it out there. That's another source of income.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to promote your stuff. You have tons of stuff you can promote. You can make a video talking about each piece. I know people have to put that in their time and everything, but...
I can make time,
okay.
Because the thing is, I do a lot of talking. I have a lot of information I do want to get to people. It's more just like kind of...
They need to see your personality. I feel like that's, since you don't really have that on the social media, and her too, I'm going to get on her. But...
She's a Scorpio. That's why we're like this.
Y'all need to get out there, for sure. Like, y'all both, or do it together. When y'all were on live that night, I didn't know you. Well, I think I'd seen you once, but I really didn't know y'all yet, and I'm just like, I sat there and watched it. Like, I liked it.
So you peeped the vibe before you even peeped the vibe?
Before y'all came to go live with us.
That means a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I was like, I gotta say this.
All right. Sometimes it's like I like going out live and stuff because it's so improv. You know what I mean? Versus like actually planning. I think that's where I get more nervous. Is actually sitting down and planning. Maybe I have to pick your brain about that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
You definitely know more about it than I do.
For sure. Well, thank you for coming on Doing This today.
I appreciate it.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all love.
Good vibes. Thank you.
It's cool.